stream.
Hello, NuPIC. This is the NuMIC crew. We're doing another NuPIC development progress review. Let's jump straight to the wallboard. Screen 1. There we go. Okay, so repost status. There is a regression build error, but that happens every time we release NuPIC. I have a ticket open for it. I haven't fixed it. So that should go away as soon as we push more code. But I'm aware of that. But otherwise, everything looks okay. NuPIC research has never worked. And we know that NuPIC Windows builds aren't working. So, but other than that, this looks good. We still have the same initiatives that we had last time, working on serialization, removal of some dead code. I'll go over a few of those PRs in a moment. And this port of the temporal memory algorithm to C. I'll go over a little bit of that too. As well as creating a logical C++ API. I think that's sort of on hold. So those are the major initiatives other than a bunch of standalone things. So speaking of this port of temporal memory, I get an update pretty much every week or two from Richard telling us how he's doing. He and Jayton have been discussing this. So if you want to see the progress, you can go to this PR, which is pull 409 on NuPIC core, and see how that's going. But he's making progress, and that's all there is. This PR is really just a work in progress that I might end up closing, but so Richard's making progress. That's the long and short of it. There's a couple of issues here, Scott, about enums that have been open for a while, and wanted you to see if there's anything keeping you from getting these in.
Yeah, they just aren't high. I thought it was going to be easy, and then I ran into some problems, and it wasn't high on the priority list. So I don't know. Maybe we should just close them for now, and I'll open them. Right?
Okay. Yeah, one's blocked on the other. As long as there's, yeah, I'll close them for now. The tickets are still open, and you can reopen them when you have time. Okay.
Yep.
That was easy. Okay. Let's see. This one was. Oh yeah. Subutai, there's one thing that we're asking for your review on, and it's this PR 2288. That's the only thing we have that we'd like your input on. So that's why I put this up here.
Okay, I'll take a look at it. I just saw your notification.
Thanks. Okay, test harness for connections benchmark. I think I have this just to get a status update because it's been. Oh wait, this is. Never mind. There's still activity on this, so ignore that. Hey, Akila, do you want to give us an update on how your work has been going, trying to move this C extension stuff from NuPIC into NuPIC core?
She's not here, but I think it's going well. I think it's going well. She's working through the issues, so hopefully there won't be any major blockers. Well,
progress made.
Yeah, Matt, I don't know if she messaged you, but she was having trouble figuring out on OS X. In the NuPIC build, it's very clear how it installs NuPy before doing the regular NuPIC build, because it has to be installed first because the setup.py uses the installation to figure out where the header files are or whatever. But now we'll need to do that in NuPIC core. And so she was having trouble figuring out how that was happening in the
yeah, she asked me a question, and I think I gave her the wrong answer. Because now I realize that Numpy's probably getting installed in the Darwin 64 and Linux 64 repos when those things are initialized. So that's probably where it's coming from. So I'll follow up with her after this.
Okay.
Okay. Oops. Yeah. Okay, so progress is being made there. And I wanted to ask Jared about this vision stuff. We have as far as I can tell, we have at least 2 PRs that are trying to remove NuPIC vision stuff from the repo. One is actually named that, and the other is like a part of this other one, remove dead code, that includes it. I think there might be another PR somewhere that got closed, but I'd like to ask Jared Weiss, who I think is in the room. Whoops.
Yeah.
There you are. What's the status of getting the NuPIC vision stuff out of NuPIC?
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, right now, I wouldn't remove it because we still need to put in that code for being able to unregister. Actually,
Well, it's basically, we have the NuPIC Vision repo that has those components in it, but we don't want to remove it from NuPIC until we're confident that all that stuff works and that people have a chance to switch over if they need to.
Okay. We need to figure out which one of these PRs we're going to keep, and I want to clean up the others. So I'll be bugging you guys about that. Okay, that was the last PR I wanted to review. There's our open PRs count continues to trickle down a bit, which is good. And honestly, I have not put in the PR policies in place that I promised to a month ago, but we're getting there. So I'd like to open the floor to the people in the room about any NuPIC issues that you guys want to talk about. If you don't, we'll move on to David Ray.
Where are we on the next big milestone in terms of the serialization?
Yeah, there's a few pull requests that David Ragazzi has put out for the Python regions. And I've been holding off on those. We should probably just do the reviews and do this merge, but we don't really know if they work until there's one main piece missing, which is being able to pass the cat and proto structs from C++ back to Python.
Oh, okay.
And so I have the instructions for how to implement that. It's just going to take a little bit of time and concerted effort that I haven't had a big block of time to devote to. But and I was also wondering if David, who has been doing a lot of work, would pick it up, but after my main team, he didn't. So once we do that, though, and implement and get the Python region implementations working, then I think we have pretty much everything. There might be minor things left, but we can do this pretty quickly once we're there.
Yeah, David Ragazzi has been helpful. I think he still has a few PRs that he needs to do more work on to get passing builds on serialization. Mark, too, has several PRs that are open. We've given him feedback, asked him to take more action, and he's said he would and is planning on it. So just in general, anybody's listening, if I see any PRs that are marked as ready, but the CI builds are failing, I usually flip them back to in progress, just so you know if you wondered why I did that. Okay, let's get our bi-weekly HTM job update from David Ray. How about that?
Okay, hi guys. First I want to say that, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. That Apple makes this great laptop, and I was just thinking you guys might consider getting one of those. I was looking down here at the Apple showroom floor here. Anyway, it's real funny. Everybody's got a MacBook Pro. Okay. Anyway.
And mine's a new one too.
Ooh, nice, sweet. I got one of the jet engines, actually.
We are a startup in Silicon Valley. That's a prerequisite.
Ah, okay. All right. So not much has been going on really. I've been working on getting a couple of demos together. One was the What Does the Fox Eat demo, and that I think I talked about that last time. But right now it's just waiting to be approved by the Cortical IO engineers. And so I'm gonna move that in, and then I worked on porting their Python version of the breaking news, the Twitter feed demo they had for the hackathon. I worked on getting that ported over to Java, and I put a really nice GUI on it. So now we have GUI widgets that I think will be put into the open source into htm.java, so people can use the fingerprint, the 16,000 grid fingerprint that shows overlapping fingerprints and everything like that they have on their website. There'll be a Java widget version of that, and some other really nice tools for working with Cortical, IO's API with a widget tool set. So I'm looking to get that actually moved in probably this coming week. And then I'm working on a server version for that, so that people can process Twitter feeds and use any kind of Twitter processing in their own applications. But other than that, we have a new user who just cleaned up some of our launch configurations. In Eclipse, you can have little files that you can double-click on and execute the tests directly within the IDE. And I started out, when I first made htm.java, we started out with some of those launch configurations. I envisioned having one for all of the tests, but there are way too many tests now to have individual launch configuration files. So those kind of, they were kind of neglected, and they kind of sat there and eventually became unworkable. And so a new user who joined the community a couple of days ago fix those up for us. So he's got a PR, and he's waiting on that to be brought in. So Matt, he just signed the contributor's license, so when you get a chance.
Okay.
His name is Manpreet Singh, I think. But anyway, other than that, that's all. I'll probably start working on something major after I get all this demo stuff moved in. So I'll be able to revisit some of the things. The first thing I think I'd like to do is bring htm.java up to, sync with NuPIC. I mean, there's been a lot of things added to the temporal memory and the spatial pooler that I haven't reported back in. So, such as cleaning up. You're opposed to the term orphan. I don't know what you call them. The dendrites that are no longer used within the temporal memory or something like that. So that was put in, and actually a user made a PR, and he didn't. I mean, not a PR. He opened an issue for it, but I guess he didn't want to work on it. But anyway, so I think it's time to shore up the repository with current code. So I'll probably be working on that next. That's about all.
Thanks, David.
Uh-huh.
I don't think Richard has anything to say. He says he's going to continue working on temporal memory over the weekend.
Richard online over there? Yes.
Richard is online. He's on chat.
Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, I was excited to see the PR that you put out. Looks like we're making good progress on that. One thing I wanted to let you know, and others too, is that we're starting a little project to potentially optimize the connections data structure. So we're putting a little sort of performance benchmark in place, and then might do some code optimizations of the internal data structures, just speed optimization. So you might see some of that come through.
Okay. So, yeah, he said okay in chat.
I see that, yeah.
So, other than that, I think we're pretty much done. Just so you guys know, I am prepping for OSCON in a couple weeks. I'll be traveling up to Portland. I have a presentation to give on NuPIC at OSCON, which is great. I'm trying to finish up this HTML engine traffic application that's going to turn into a screencast tutorial. I'd really love to get that done by OSCON. I might even use it as an example there because I think it's going to work pretty well. I just am sitting and waiting for more traffic data to come in because I need to train these models. So that's all I got, everybody. Anything else? Last chance.
Yeah, that's really great work you're doing for Riverview, Matt.
But yeah, I didn't even mention the Riverview thing.
Yeah.
I'd like to kind of get some more data into it, so it'll be a lot more useful in about 6 months. So I'm trying to front load it with a bunch of data sources, so in like 6 months it'll be fat and full of data.
I wonder if we should put some of our, the metrics that we have that feed into Grok. I wonder if we should feed that into Riverview, make it available. There's nothing we could put.
Whatever the data sources are, as long as they're public, you shouldn't have to have an API key or something to get to it.
Yeah.
No, not for Kaggle competition. This is just in general for NuPIC or streaming data. Go to data.numenta.org, Richard, if you want to see it. Or I sent a message to the mailing list about it too. Anyhow, that's it, everybody. Thanks for your participation. Have a nice weekend, and see you on the mailing list.
Bye-bye.